And today we are accomplishing another goal. We are flying Singapore Business Class from the city of Sydney to Singapore in the beautiful Airbus A380. I'll show you the splendid SilverKris Lounge, the interior of the A380 on Singapore Airlines, and the arrival into the most beautiful airport in the world. Join me in this spectacular adventure and subscribe to the channel for more amazing experiences like this. Our trip today starts from Sydney in Australia. We have been here for a week and loved the city. But it's time to continue our journey, and what best way than Singapore Airlines, one of the best in the world and in business class. The check-in process was easy and quick, and I even asked if they still had any available upgrades to the suites, but they were sold out already. So we just got our tickets and headed to a security area, and although there was a considerably long line, they had an express area for business and first class passengers, which made our pass-by quite smooth. And our first impression was just wow, the Sydney airport is just beautiful. There are so many luxury shops and nicely decorated walls and ceiling that creates just a perfect design. You will also find a lot of duty-free stores with souvenirs if you are in need of those for your destiny. Take a look at this robotic face that even had some facial gestures that can be really impressive if you ask me. I think it was just part of the glass store, but leave me a comment if you know the brand or anything related to it. But of course, the airport is not the highlight for today. Today, we'll get to experiment so many things that I haven't before. We'll be flying in an Airbus A380 from Singapore Airlines, one of the best airlines in the world, which also has some of the best lounges, which I'll be also visiting for the first time, the SilverKris Lounge. This lounge had a good mix of breakfast and lunch options, most of them classic Singaporean dishes, as we arrived close to 12 noon. There were also some fruit options as well as some wines and juices. But what I loved the most was the beautiful cappuccino with the Singapore Airlines logo that I got at the end of our visit. I also saw some vegetarian options and Western options if you were just into that. And if you just came for the rest, you will find a lot of places that you can accommodate and rest as needed. After some refreshments and rest in the Singapore SilverKris Lounge, it is time to board the magnificent Airbus A380, a beautiful quad-motor aircraft. Immediately after taking my seat, I was offered something to drink, and why not? Champagne. is always a perfect way to start a flight, no matter what time you're flying. The menu included 2 meal services for today's 8-hour flight to Singapore and had some Singaporean, Western, and vegetarian options. However, I had to try the famous Book the Cook service from Singapore Airlines. This service allows you to see a special menu a few weeks before the flight and pre-select your meal, which probably won't even be on the menu the day that you're flying. I have to say that my selection, the roast chicken with a mushroom cream, was extremely delicious. And let me show you my seat before we take off from Sydney, starting of course from the champagne cup holder followed by the big IFE screen, a small storage compartment, the usual holder for the suits in case you need one, a universal power outlet with some USB connection as well, the seats control, the headphones connector, the reading lights next to some beautiful seat lining decor, and the IFE remote control. The security video started to play and it's time to buckle up and get ready for our flight. The Airbus A380 from Singapore Airlines is a double-decker that has 44 seats in the premium economy cabin, 343 seats in the economy class, in the upper deck, it has 6 suites in the first class cabin, which are considered the best first class suites in the world, and 78 business class seats, which are where we are traveling today. Right after takeoff, the flight attendant brought me a refreshing towel to hydrate and my requested wine while waiting for my main meal, which today accounts for lunch. The lunch service started with a delicious chicken salad, some bread, a garlic toast, and a red wine. And continued with the tasty roast chicken in the mushroom cream that I had pre-selected with the perfect combination of the French red wine that the flight attendant recommended me. And for the perfect finale, I got the selection of fresh fruits and a whiskey so I can get ready for some afternoon rest. While having my dessert, I was asking myself I didn't get any amenity kit, So once again, I had to request it, and it seems like more and more of the airlines are trying to remove this service from their flights. Maybe just trying to reduce some costs? But I think it was worth requesting it, as it came in a nice green bag with the logo of the airline, and it had a hand cream, a facial mist, and a lip balm. On the other hand, just make sure to check the restroom when you don't get an amenity kit, as I noticed they basically had everything a passenger may need during the flight. In our case, it had a shaving cream, a hairbrush, which I don't think I need, at least not today, a toothbrush, some razor blades, and they also had some eau de toilette, a facial mist, and some additional hand lotion. As I had more than 6 hours to go, I put my seat into a comfortable position and browsed through the selection of available movies. I thought about sleeping, but yeah, it didn't come to me. After a couple of movies and 1 hour before landing, it was time for the snack of refreshment. Although to me, it looked like a full meal. It came with some vegetables, rice, and very tasty dumplings. And without time for even an additional coffee, we started our descent into the city-state country of Singapore. So I put on my shoes and buckled up as we were close to land into our country number 38. I have to add that landings and takeoffs in the Airbus A380 are the most quiet and smooth you're ever going to get. This is my 4th travel in this aircraft, and it's just the best flying experience you'll ever have. And we are in Changi now, so let's check out a little bit of the most beautiful airport in the world. Changi is the main airport in Singapore and is full of nature and beautiful decorations along their terminals that also incorporates a lot of technological advancements. While waiting for our bags, for example, we noticed that all the plants in that huge wall were real, and made me ask myself, how do they water them without creating just a mess in the entire terminal? While walking towards the famous jewel, we had to do a few stops to take some photos, as their decoration is just impressive and you can only see it here. And here it is, magnificent, isn't it? Not the control tower, of course, the jewel, which is home to the unique waterfall inside an airport. And I have to say it, no matter how many times you see it online, it is just splendid. I can imagine the amount of work and technology involved in this beautiful place. And I hope you love this flight and airport as much as I did. And please remember to subscribe to the channel for more magnificent adventures like this. Thank you and see you soon.